Hey guys, Flabaliki here today and welcome back to Cities Skylines. We're starting off the video with another time-lapse, the classic time-lapse scenario. So if you want to skip this, go to 14:21 in the video and you'll get through it. So you'll see here though, I'm going through and adding a bunch of tram lines to the city, or at least to the downtown area. I didn't originally plan on doing this because I felt like we didn't really need it with the trains, though the trains don't cover every single area in the city, and in the end it actually, I think it made quite a lot of sense. So we've decided to, I've actually removed the two tram loops that were existing in old Sedona, well, just Sedona City up here. And then I've just done one new line that runs all the way down this sort of main avenue road, then goes across down into New Sedona City, and then sort of loops around and comes back the same direction. And that seems to be working pretty well. And we can check that out in the live gameplay in a little bit. But we now have a bunch of defunct tram lines, which I think we might go back and see if we can just do some new lines of them at some point. But we'll see how we go. But I really wanted to get a new tram line that made a little bit more sense. And I had to figure out how many trams to get on it too, because it's a long line and there's a lot of people that use them. It also does mean that we no longer have that tram heading south. Oh God, it's hard on the screen. There's a train station that it no longer goes to. And it was super popular in the area, so I don't know if I want to extend the tram line up that way too, or what I'm going to do with it. Anyway, so just messing around with the roads here. So I've actually used those custom tram roads that have the tram lines on the left and right of the 6-lane road instead of in the middle of a 4-lane road, which I felt made it was just a lot better having them in the outside lane so that people don't have to cross into the middle of the road to get to them. And I think I added a couple of bus lines. I don't know how many of these actually stick around because I do end up removing some of them because it just didn't really work anymore. And I've actually initially set up a bus line that goes over to the island in the middle with the sort of stadium and all that, and that turned out very quickly to be very inadequate for the number of people trying to get across, and it just wasn't gonna cut it. So I think it stays there for a little while, then I eventually remove it. I added a whole ton of buses and it just didn't work. But here we are now at Amity Exchange, once again doing a huge sort of renovation to the area. We're going to be using this sort of the Berlin, I think it's a Berlin station. It's one of the assets. I'll show it off in the live gameplay, whichever asset it directly is. But I wanted to use this in one of my previous series. I don't know which one it was, but I downloaded it ages ago and I never had a spot for it. But this works so perfectly. It becomes this huge like train terminal here that connects up, Amity Exchange. So we now have the 4 platforms that we actually wanted and that we needed for all the trains running through. So we can get the Mulberry line in there, the Magnolia line in there. We can also allow regional trains to run through to the city and connect up that way. And it also feels like more, I guess, a larger part of the airport in a way, because it's sort of Amity Exchange and the airport is sort of the same, I guess, entity. They're almost like one. They're one with each other. Anyway, that's kind of what I thought with it. So that seemed to make sense. But anyway, here I'm just like sort of joining all the rails together, giving them smooth curves, making sure it all flows nicely. So you get the one track splitting up into 4 different platforms. Well, actually, I guess 8 platforms technically, because there's 4 double tracks. Anyway, a lot of platforms, plenty of room there. It does also have subway lines, but we're not going to be using those because it's not in the city and we don't actually have any subways in this map at all. So that's probably just not going to happen. But out over the other side, just getting... Oh, yeah, actually, I had to remake all these train lines completely from scratch, which was actually really annoying because I had to remember what train lines I got rid of, where they went, how many trains I had on them. But I in the end, I got them all back, and I think it's fine. So I made sure to connect up. Yeah, like I said, I connect up to the regional train line so we can get those running through as well. And I'm just redoing this curve here so it sort of flows a little bit smoother into the train station there. Make sure it has power, and make sure all the trains are going to the right platforms where I want them to be. And I think I'm just running through doing them now. I think I cut out actually a lot of this sort of train line work, or at least at some point I did. There was a lot more in the end that I had to keep going through and adding because it just didn't work. Yes, it was really annoying because I couldn't just move. I guess if I had put down maybe the train station before I removed the other one, I don't know. It was hard to like... I couldn't get a way to just drag the stops to the new station. It didn't really work. So I just had to remake them all. But that's fine because in the end it works. And a whole bunch of people use the area still, which is really, really good. It's now a big station. At least if you're in the middle of the desert, you're in a big sort of train station building instead of just some outdoor shed, which is quite nice. So just sort of neatening up the roads around here because we actually had to have a road at the back so the train station was aligned in the right direction. So I had to just make some roads that go underneath that connect around. We don't actually have to have anything at the back though, because everyone can enter from the other side of the station too. So it's kind of just like this road that sort of loops around the back of the station. because of reasons, because the game had to have it there so they had vehicle access. But around the front, we just turned these into little courtyard plaza areas because we got these weird sort of little triangle spots, but it seemed perfect to just add a few things here and there and just put a bit of concrete down and some trees. And it actually looked quite good in the end. I mean, it's just a thing in the middle of the desert. It's never going to be the most important thing, I guess. Well, not important thing, but the most highly built up area. It doesn't need to have a whole town for this thing. I mean, the train station is the town at this point. This was like basically a highway rest stop area turned into huge train hub and international airport. And I actually put one of the Rico buildings there, one of the industrial buildings, which is the Gibson Guitar Factory. And that looked pretty sweet, so I just kind of put it there. I don't know if it makes entire sense, but it looked cool. Fits on the corner. I felt like we needed a shop there or something. And I was originally going to put something around the back here, but I was like, no, that starts building it up way too mumuch. But we have jumped forward a little bit here now. I've actually built a tram bridge because, like I said, the buses ended up being very inadequate. So I decided that I will actually, first of all, I was trying to figure out if we could get the trams running across the bridge. And there is a bridge that does have the six-lane road with the trams on left and right. But for some reason, that 6-lane road, and I'll show you in the live gameplay, that 6-lane road does not join the tram tracks to the other tram tracks in the game. I don't know whoever made that road, but it doesn't work, and it's really annoying because I think the game would still work, but visually the tracks aren't joined, and that's what annoyed me the most. Anyway, so we're turning this main road here, so we got the tram bridge, and it sort of joins our road underneath. It sort of goes underneath that little interchange, and then joins the main road down the bottom. And I actually downloaded this really cool. It's actually a 3-lane one-way road that has a tram track and 2 other additional traffic lanes. So I used that to loop around the stadium area. So that actually means we get 2 lanes of vehicle traffic and 1 lane of the tram. And again, I'll show all these things a little bit closer as we jump into the game, but it just means that it all works a little bit smoother. And then I just went there and I set up all the tram lines because that was a bit of a tedious thing. And I didn't really want, because at the moment we've got all these people crossing in front of this sort of, I guess, highway off-ramp there. It's not really a highway, but you know, that sort of little off-ramp connection there. So I decided to put in this pathway so pedestrians can just cross above it without interfering with any of the traffic, because it was actually really slowing down the traffic. And also in general, if that was real, it just seemed a little bit dangerous. So added a little overpass and like allowed them to get across. And we just had to move this hospital a little bit. I mean, I think it actually looks pretty good there. There's a few people saying that they didn't really want the hospital there in the city or in the island area, but I think it looks pretty good, but I just adjusted it a little bit so it wasn't over the road. And then I decided that around the back here of New Sedona City, we should have a road up the top because we were always going to expand up this way anyway. So I'm just building a few connection points here. So we'd have entrances and exits. Well, just I guess one entrance and one exit up the top here. So this also provides access to the other side of the city around the top. And it's sort of just another point of entry, which is good. The more connections we have, basically, the better it's going to be. And I'm just using a key here to level off the land a little bit so we can actually do some zoning up the top there as well. Because it's quite steep. So if we can use this little wall, we can actually get a little bit of zoning in. And I think I just use some apartment blocks that I've downloaded. So I've downloaded a few new things from the workshop, just a few apartment blocks. I was really struggling to find, I just want more small apartment blocks, like this kind of size, just to put in with Rico. And I guess I still haven't checked out the Plop the Growable thing that you guys mentioned a few episodes ago, but I feel like that completely changes everything though. I feel like it does. I don't know that it does. I haven't tried it, so I guess I could just be talking out of my ass. I don't know. But for now, doing it this way, we got a few little apartment blocks there, and then I just zoned some high density commercial. I also did a high rise ban on this upper area, so we won't get like super tall skyscrapers up here, because I felt like it probably doesn't make a lot of sense, so we're not going to do that up there at all. But now we're in the downtown area. I think these clips are a little bit out of order, I think, but it doesn't really matter because we're working in different areas. So anyway, we're doing this downtown area. It's sort of the high-rise area. We don't completely finish it. I just put in a few new tall buildings to sort of flesh it out a little bit. And I think we'll fill it in with zoning as well when we jump into the game, just to fill in the extra spots. And then, like, the thing is, we can always move these tall buildings if they're not in a particularly good spot, or if we want to add more, if we want to remove some of them. But I thought we better just, like, realistically, we should just start this area so we have something to work off of. Like, when it's blank, it looks much worse than if we just at least have something in there, and then we can sort of work around it. Because I was trying to find, like, so we get a bunch of tall buildings in there, and just trying to create, I guess, somewhat of a city skyline. Just one that looks cool, anyway. I thought that kind of circular building was not exactly circular. That kind of building there in the corner looked quite nice. I wasn't sure if I wanted to have super tall buildings right next to the water. I mean, I probably don't. So I want to have the tall buildings right in the center there around that almost that interchange area. And then as we move towards the water, we get sort of smaller buildings. And then also, I think if we can try and do some sort of boardwalk area, that'd be really cool. Almost like around where we did the sort of ferry terminal, all that. It's not really a boardwalk, but it has that really nice waterfront road and all the pedestrian paths around there. And it actually worked out quite well. So yeah, here is just a matter of me like rotating the camera a million times to see what stuff looks like, if it fits in well, if the buildings are too tall or if they're too small. I really hate how some of these sort of triangle shaped buildings, like the one I just tried to place, have like trees in the corner. It's like, I want to put it in like this little corner, this little triangle spot, and then so you put a bloody tree in it, so I can't do anything about it. Although I think I might. Can you change that with the prop mod? I don't know. I can't remember. Whatever it was called. Is that? I don't know if you can remove the trees with it. Anyway, it was annoying, so I didn't do it. Yeah. Actually, so after I put all these buildings in, the traffic actually seems. It doesn't seem to have changed too much in the area. It seems pretty much the same. Though I don't know if all the buildings are filled with jobs yet, because these are all office buildings, so they're going to have a lot of jobs. But I don't know how many people are going to be coming in. But we'll be adding a bunch of commercial in the area too, because I think that's pretty important, because there's actually quite a lot of commercial demand throughout the city at the moment. So if we can start turning the sort of downtown area quite commercial, I guess everything on because we got two sides. This area back here that I'm doing right now is all the residential, and yeah, the clips are definitely out of order because you can see I haven't done the upper bit there yet. But again, it doesn't really matter. You can see it all sort of coming together. Yeah, so this back area of the downtown or of the city is all residential, and then the sort of other side of the highway is all the sort of offices and commercial. I think is a pretty cool way to do it. I mean, obviously with commercial interspersed between the two, but yeah, I think that worked quite well. And then, I was going to say something as well. Oh, yeah, I really like that kind of circle building because it looks kind of gross, but it almost feels like it might have been a really old building that they've just had there for a long time, and I really like it. I don't know, it's kind of gross, and I like it. It's just something old that's existed for a while, and then it's like, yeah, probably all right. Yeah, it's all right. It'll do. Alrighty. So, yeah, like I said, just filling in a lot of the zoning. Yeah, so this now, I decided we need to get the cargo line over to the new city area, because that's very important. We've got a huge city area. There's going to be a huge population over there. We're going to need a way to get cargo in and out. So I decided we'd extend the cargo line from the other side of that train station, but we're also going to add a turnoff before it, because I don't want trains having to go through that station to get to the other station, because that just creates like a traffic jam of trains. One might be stopping there, one might just want to pass it and they can't. So what I've done is I've done a turnoff here, bridges across the canal, does a tunnel, and then it actually joins the existing railway we have going through the city. So basically cargo trains and passenger trains will share that small stretch of track through the downtown area, but then after that they'll split off into onto their own tracks. And I did that by using the sort of traffic manager presidential, like this mod here, where I basically disabled cargo trains on that section so that they'll always use the bypass bit. And then, like I've mentioned multiple times, we're turning this area into a cargo area. First, just moving these water pumps out of the way. I thought I'd line them up and just sort of almost make them look like one unit, because I thought that was kind of cool. I was hoping I could sink them down a little bit, but they made the terrain, as you can see, like basically little straight cliff edges everywhere. I didn't actually really know where to put them, so I kind of just plonked them down over there for now. I don't know if that's where they'll stay, but that's just where they are for the time being. And then the obvious spot to put in the cargo hub is right here, because it was like the perfect little nook, nice sort of low-lying coastline, and we can easily get the train line coming around underneath the bridge, which is a highway, and it's actually quite good because we've got the highway right here, so there's a good connection for the industrial. And we've got the train line that's already set up, and it actually all flows quite well. We'll probably have to end up running the train line over the other side of the main river as well, and up north, so we don't have to have the trains routed all the way through the city. But I guess for now this will do. We'll have a look into that in the near future, but we're just doing that, and then now just connecting up the roads. That pretty much does it for this little time lapse. Just gotta connect these roads, and I guess we'll see how we go. I'll probably want to zone a little bit of industrial this episode. I mean, this episode, I think the rest of it anyway is going to be probably a bunch of zoning, getting a few things here and there. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the real-time gameplay. This is what it looks like with us not sort of flying around super fast in the time lapse there. But I think it's starting to come together. Like, I think the sort of skyline of the city looks, I mean, it looks all right. Like, I'm not unhappy with it. I think it just needs a few more things maybe. It almost feels like there should be something really tall here. But most of my buildings are pretty much the same height. They're kind of around this height. So you can see like these 3 buildings here are pretty much the same. Oh my god. It must have been auto-saving. These 3 buildings here are pretty much the same height. This is our tallest. That's currently our tallest one. Just a big building. Big sort of square building, which I actually kind of like. It's really simple, but I think it really works. And I think the city from this angle, I think this looks really nice from here. I still really like this area here. Oh, look at that. You see that cargo train running down here? Yeah, so in case you couldn't tell in the time-lapse, the cargo train sort of actually comes on this track here, which was our passenger line. So basically, passenger trains and cargo trains share the stretcher track here, and then that bridges cargo. So it's just that little section, and I think it'll be fine. So you can see this tram will come here. It's just got to wait for that one to get out of the way, then it'll continue on. And I think that actually works quite well. Like, it's not a problem at all. Cargo trains come through here, go around, across the bridge, and get out over that way. Then the other thing was... Oh, yeah, so you couldn't... I don't know how well you can see it in the time-lapse, but you can see, like, these trams sort of come down. I couldn't really get another way to do this. Like, for these trams, like I was mentioning. I'll show you what I mean with the roads, actually. Because ideally, I actually wanted the trams to run across this bridge and then sort of just split off onto these roads and come down these roads. Because I thought that would have looked really cool and it would have all just flowed really, really nicely. Because then what I would have done, because actually one part that really annoys me about this, so we got our trams in the middle of the road here, and then they basically go into the left-hand lane. So they cross 2 lanes of traffic, and these 2 lanes of traffic have to go there. So they have to like cross over each other there, which is really annoying. But there's not much I can do about that. Anyway, yeah, so what I was saying about this road is actually a 3-lane one-way road. And what I actually ended up doing was making so cars could never use this lane, because cars could actually share this lane with the default road settings. So I made it so only cars could the cars could only use the other 2 lanes. I don't know, why is that not done? I set up all of this. This should have all been done. Anyway, yeah, I set up all of this, and then I also did vehicle restrictions in the outer lane, so that basically no vehicles can use it besides trams, which is good, because basically what was happening is all the cars were using the left-hand lane, and then trams are getting stuck behind it, which was made trams completely useless. You might as well use buses at that point. Anyway, so they can get through all the cars quite easily, and that actually works really, really well. So we have a couple of stops down there. There's one there, one over here by the sort of... concerts and all that. Yeah, so it would have been nice, because I wanted the trams, because it would have been perfect, right? We could have had the trams here and then on a 6-lane road on the left-hand lane here, so they don't have to cross the traffic. They'd run down here, then they'll still be in the left lane here, left lane, and they would never cross the cars, which would be perfect. But as I was saying, we had the problem of... Where is this road? It's this one here. So this would have been perfect. Would have been perfect. If we... Oh, let me just use this. Okay. Would have been perfect if I could have used this, because that just looks great. But the problem is when you transition from that to these sort of one-way... Let me just put one here and I'll put one here, let's say. These sort of one-way tram tracks. They don't join for whatever reason. The one-way tracks join. Like visually, they join. And I think in the game, trams can actually run down that way, no problem. If we have a look, we actually might be able to see. I think they can go here to here. Yeah, so they can run along that fine, but the tracks don't visually join. So it just... would drive me insane if that was if we had to live with that. So instead I went for the other method, which was... Oh no, is that going to stay there now? I went for the other method, which was if we just do a separate tram bridge, then we can just avoid that. So I have to go under and then join the road there, which actually worked out fine, because we can join this 2-lane road with the trams in the middle. They can go up to the 6-lane road with the trams in the middle, and then they can go down to the 4-lane road with the trams in the middle. Other problem was this one here. If these trams could have been on the right-hand side of this one-way road, would have been perfect. But we can't live in a perfect world, unfortunately. Okay, so there's that, and then... yes, we got this area here is what I did. I think I did a few other things. Maybe. I can't remember. There was a lot of stuff. I usually go through and tweak a few things here and there, but I think for the most part, I kind of showed you it all. I will show you this little area a little bit closer, though, as well. So that's the Gibson Guitar Factory just sitting there, and then got the train station here. Really, really nice looking train station, actually. Except for the fact that people actually walk across the tracks there, but I can't do anything about that. And to be honest, we're never going to see it, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, actually, I put a fire station down there too, because we needed one. Yeah, it's a really nice little train station. Well, little, it's huge. Oh yeah, what was the name of this one again? That's what I was gonna show you guys. It is this one here, the Berlin that. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that, but yeah. Really, really nice. Actually worked out really well. Okay, anyway, let's do some zoning. So I think just through here, we're just going to, for now, we're just going to do some high-density zoning. So I'm going to get, I think, between these buildings here, maybe not that little section, but here we can get some, I mean, that Probably should be like a plaza or something. But anyway, whatever. We'll get high density commercial through here because I think that'd be quite good. And maybe all there. So this road there. Then we can get some on this corner. Actually, I wonder if we have... do we have like a mall or something we could put in there? The roof of this one is so ugly. Like, I can't use it because the roof is just disgusting. The thing with buildings is, it's like, cool. The front of your building looks nice, but I'm mostly going to be looking at the roof because the camera's always going to be like that. So we could do like one of the posh, we could do like the posh mall or something from the vanilla game. Although, I mean, obviously it has Rico settings. Although it's just not that big. I feel like it should almost be a little bit more substantial, or at least shouldn't have as much ground around it. Hotel? Didn't we use this somewhere nearby? I feel like we did. It's over there. It's not that close. We could use it again. I just really want to like, see the roof of that one's really blurry too. Could use another one of those. Actually, we might be able to... Does that fit in there? Oh, so close. If that fit, I would use that. I could put it here. But I almost feel like it'd be nice to sort of like tucked in there, you know? So it's a nice little shopping center thing. Maybe there. No, you know what? Let's just zone it. I'm going to zone... Let's zone... Actually, no, I don't want to... I'm just going to do commercial. I'm just going to do all commercial. I don't know about that bit, though. I think I want to leave that. Then these two. Now, I guess we don't have any... I guess, you know, we should also probably get some pathways through here because we currently have, like, basically no pedestrian access through this place at all. We should probably... Let's get a overpass here. Yeah, I'm kind of... There's a lot of stuff being neglected, which is not good. Not really what we want to do. I'll go down here, I guess. That'd be good. So what I want to do is this will go here. I might actually just move this over a little bit more so it's kind of in between those two roads. Then I'm going to say... Because I had a lot of people that were actually crossing this road here, which is a very busy road because it's basically the highway running through. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually say no crossing there. I mean, I guess you don't... Do you need to cross there? Or why would you need to? If you're here, you can go... I mean... I don't know. I almost want to use the same road here so we don't have that intersection. Because I don't like it. Because I don't like it. We use another of this road here, I guess. Then we just end up with too many lanes. Oh, you know what? We'll just do that. That's fine. Yeah, that works. Okay, that's good. Alright, so we'll do that. And then we're going to go junction restrictions here. Make sure there's no crossing on either of those. Whoops. Do we need crossing? I feel like we don't. No, I'm going to get rid of crossing there because what we can do is use our pathway. This will just go here as well. Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Go like that. So then these sort of all connect. So if you want to get from this side to there, you can just go up and over. And then it'll work fine. So we'll do that. Hopefully that'll be good. I think what I need to do is potentially join these two roads together with pathway. Because at the moment, I don't think you can get from that road. Actually, you know what? This could probably just go a little further down this way. It'll probably just look better too. Get rid of that bit. So that should all be joined together for the most part. That almost... I feel like that's like calling for a tree to be put in the middle. You know? Just calling for it. This... I mean, this is never going to be zoned unless I specifically put a building there. Which I guess we could do. Anyway, are people going to be able to walk through this thing here? I really just want to see if people can walk on that. Oh, yeah, there's someone on it. Perfect. See, look, there's someone crossing here, which I really don't like people walking down this middle section. Or crossing here, or any of this bit. So what I might do... I mean, they can cross here and get over. I almost want them to... This whole sort of central section, no crossing. But then I don't know how we would get pedestrian access. Basically just need to do... I mean, I think they should be able to cross up here. I guess I can't walk through here though. You know what? Let's get a pathway there. That's probably a good idea. To connect these two sections. Because I feel like you should be able to continue walking through here. And maybe one here too. Like this. Oh wait. Where's that going to go to? No, I guess you can't. That's a highway and a highway. So you could go here, go straight across, straight across. Okay, that's fine. I just don't want them coming down this way. So, I mean, they can walk down that side. I just don't want these to be used. Well, where are people walking to? Because that's probably a good question. Let's have a look. Let's get rid of all this stuff and we can figure out where people are going. Sort of all just walking around this area. Like, I mean, if I tell them not to cross down here, they'll just cross up further up. So I think it should be fine. I think it's just we have too many crossings everywhere, which is ridiculous. So I'm gonna get... Oh, hang on, I don't know what I just clicked on. No crossing, no crossing. Alright, so that'll stop them doing all of that. And they won't be able to get to the middle of this section. Actually, it looks like they can cross there as well, was it? No. Oh, wait, no, they can cross here for some reason. So no. And then here, no. And there, no. And there, no. And then I guess we should connect this road to there. That's probably what we should do. Because that's fine. If I can get the thing. This can go right there. Oh. Sorry. They can go there. So then they can join up to that road there. And they can walk through. They can walk down and get across there. Or you can walk up. Further up and cross further along. No crossing there. That's good. Okay. But they can cross up the top. Okay, so everyone should just be sort of hopefully walking the right areas now. And not crossing down here. Although... There's people walking around here. I think it's okay. There's a bridge now. A few people getting to those things there. I think it's okay. Like, I really didn't like the idea. I don't know. Where are these guys going? There's people like walking here. Then what are you doing? Where are you going? And you're like, nah. Nah. Alright, well, whatever. Okay, anyway, we're getting a bunch of buildings through here. I feel like we probably need to upgrade these buildings. Because... Otherwise, we're not going to ever get skyscrapers through here, which... skyscrapers. These are our skyscrapers, by the way. That's it. I mean, we can upgrade it. So what do we have through here? We actually have pretty good parks for once, which we don't normally have. And unique buildings is actually really good. Public transport, I guess if we could do a bus line... What is this bus line? What is this? Where does this go? Is that the one that runs... Oh, yeah, see, I got rid of the one up there. Maybe if we got a bus line running from the sort of tram line underneath... through here somewhere. They could go up the top, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, Joe. Let's just try it. See, I'm never good at these. I never have confidence in bus lines. I gotta be honest. We'll stop. I guess here as well. We'll go. Oh, we can't go straight across there. Why did I do that? Yes, you can. Oh no, yeah, they can. But I see what I did. You can go straight across, but they couldn't change lanes. To get across in time. Alright, fine, we won't stop there. We'll stop just on the other side here. We'll stop here. Maybe a little further down. Maybe like there. Now, should we go up and through? Let's go through the middle a little bit. So we can get off the main road. Although, I guess we need... You know what? No, screw that. Screw your rules. We're going to go here. Each of these blocks. Maybe I guess the middle of this one. We'll have to put something in there. Then this will also stop at the train station. Maybe just before it, though. Nah, screw it. We'll stop at the same stop. So we'll go there. Then we're going to come up this way. Might just stop around the corner from that one. So they're kind of close, but not touching. Now, should we go... How do we get over there? Let's go this way. So we can sort of service that area a little bit. And we'll just stop before that one. Then we'll come back. Go back down this way. Alright, well, we got to figure out how we're going to turn around at the other end of this line, actually. Because the other side... Actually, can we go straight across with this one? Oh, thank God. So we can go here. Now we got to figure out how we get back to that point. Well, we could go... Where is that going? Oh, it's like crossing here, doing a U-turn at that point and coming back. Well, okay, so we don't want to do the same stops as the tram, because that makes a bus line completely useless. If we stop there, stop a little further up the road, maybe like here. Then I guess we'll stop. We have to stop by the train station, but they can't not do that. Oh, wait, what the hell? What's going on there? What? You can't turn right. You're not able to turn right there for some reason? Why? I mean, you definitely can. I think maybe the problem is... I did do a vehicle restriction in those lanes. Maybe they can't get to it or something? I don't know. Well, no, it seems to be fine. Like this other car... I don't know. Why can't I do that? Well, actually, let's get rid of that. Let's go... Get rid of that stop. Oh. Here. Maybe now I'll do it. It just really wants to go this way. Instead of trying to go that way. Although... no, I can stop there. Not quite sure why we can't go the other way. Well, I guess, you know what? We'll go that way then. I guess we can stop by that tram stop. Or is there no point? No, screw it. Let's just go straight up to the train station. So we'll go there, then this, because this area still doesn't have a bus. It used to, then we got rid of it. Now that's a one-way down. Actually, we're creating the same problem again of trying to get back. Okay. We can sort this out. Maybe we go here. And then just come back around. No. Let's go there. No, why don't we go here? Because we can loop around that bit. Then we're going to stop down the bottom here, right by the ferry. Because that's kind of near the station too, because I can actually walk up that sort of pedestrian path we have in there. Okay, good. Then this can come straight along. Did we stop here in the end? No, we didn't. Let's go straight along to there. Okay, bus line 31. So that's a pretty solid bus line. It's actually a big horseshoe. I don't know how useful it's going to be. We have 114 people at that stop. 115. 181. Okay, so there's a lot of people that want to use it. That's good news. It means we're going to need a lot of buses, I assume. Let's get a lot, and then we'll go from there. We'll start with a lot, and then we'll maybe get more than a lot. So we'll go 20. I'm going to go for... Let's go like a reddish. But like that. Bus line 31. Sure, we'll call it that for now. That's good. Alright, well let's see what that does if that starts getting heavy use. I mean, there's already people waiting there. Is anyone at this other stop somewhere? Wherever it is? I don't know. It's around here somewhere. Actually, where is it? Because that's probably good. It's right there. Okay, so we should probably get a road here somewhere. Let's get one going up. I want to get out this guy. Here. I don't want to join to anything though. I'm going to go like that. I'm going to go like that. So people can walk through, but doesn't join to anything. And then we can just like zone it in. Get a bunch of commercial through here. So we got a lot, like I said, we got a lot of residential demand as well. But I don't want to zone any residential down here. Like I was saying, I think everything this side of the highway, because we've got the highway sort of splitting there. I think this should all be office, commercial, etc. Then we've got a lot of residential up here, which is fine. So I think we can actually zone a bit more of it actually, because we've got all this space here. So I might just get all this in. I think we just lost a game at the stadium because everyone was just a little upset. So going to be a few smaller buildings through here. But I really want to end up zoning a lot of this sort of hillside because realistically we're right by the city. So even if it is hilly, they're still going to want to build there a lot. So we're going to get these guys here. It's also going to probably be a little bit loud with the train line. But hey, you deal with what you got. You know, you decided to build there. You decided to live there. That's not my fault. God, what an ugly building. Anyway, I mean, it could be convenient. Maybe they like it. I don't know. So they go there. These guys have built up a lot now. That bus line might not have it. Where did we have the bus depot for that anyway? I have no idea where it would be. These buildings are way too tiny. Okay, we need to level these up. Let's have a look. Oh, actually, is that... Oh, it is maximum level. Okay, these guys are... It's just... we might get taller buildings, but it'll probably take a little bit of time for them to be replaced. Which is good, I guess. Alright. I was going to do some industrial zoning over here, but we never really got around to it. Although, we already have a lot of traffic through here, so it might be a little bit precarious to try to do that. Unless we can figure out a... I mean, it's not that bad. Although our traffic flow is down to 68%. I believe it used to be 78%. Which is a lot better. We're just getting more and more vehicles on the road. Which is cool. But we gotta make sure they're all still moving. I mean, okay, I don't think anything outside of the city is going to be a problem. I think it's basically... I mean, you can see it's essentially the highway running through is the big traffic conductor. And also this area here. This whole highway in general is pretty busy. What are you doing? Why? If you don't do stuff like that, you'll probably be fine. Everyone's like, oh, no, is there literally no one in the right-hand lane? Oh, there's a few people up there. Idiots. Probably because they're eventually going to change, like, they're probably going to go up here and stay to the right. Everyone else is probably going left. Stupid thing. Anyway, let me know what you think about what we have done. We'll have to do some more like hotels and tourism stuff down this way because this is kind of our leisure side. And probably all the way up through here. I think we might even move some of these buildings here. Because we've got like the sort of, what was this? The Theatre of Wonder and the Modern Art Museum. It's kind of all the touristy areas. So we might change this area a little bit. around here. I mean, it's pretty undeveloped already anyway, so it's not too bad. This is all commercial. Obviously, we'll probably add some more buildings there, or hopefully they'll get a little bit taller. And then, although the default game skyscrapers are, oh my god, autosave, these ones here, because these are our IT cluster buildings. That's sort of as tall as they get. Then we have, the workshop ones, which are much taller. So, I mean, look, if we had a city sort of filled up with buildings that tall, that'd be fine. And then have a few of these taller ones. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I guess we'll have to come back over here as well. I still need to get some good houses. I still haven't really found anything. I've got, like, apartment blocks. I just need really nice houses to go along here, and then we're good. Anyway, let me know what you think of everything that we did. But I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and have an awesome day.